Looks just like the one on the last floor.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
Very suspicious.
How suspicious?
True, it's rusted over, but I don't think it's opening anytime soon.
No lever to open it anyway. I can see.
Okay, you need like the world's biggest lever. Well, shoot. We couldn't possibly open that one with our bare hands.
Duh. How much do you think that thing weighs?
Look, I'm the juggernaut, bitch.
You'd have about as much luck trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
I want to know what those are.
Those white doors?
Are they chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this. It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to the other chromatic doors.
So you're saying all the chromatic doors for the next round are white?
Yeah.
Sigma,
they were
you
different
can't
colors
just...
before, but
Guess things have changed.
I mean, you can. I mean, look at the cast.
Hey, some of them are Japanese.
I actually think all of them are Japanese, except for Alice.
Actually, some of them I guess I'm not entirely sure about.
Thinking about it real quick. Clover, Tenmyoji, definitely.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Clover and
has been opened.
Oh, maybe she's
lived
American.
in the U.S. Yeah. I mean, just based off of like she got a job with the Department of Defense.
That doesn't mean she isn't Japanese, though. She might think she's Japanese American, actually.
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
one of
What?
the other teams opened the gate early.
What in the hell they do that for? We haven't even started back yet.
I mean, we do have 45 minutes. It's not like, you know, we're cooked or anything, but guys, come on.
I'm worried about Quark. We need to hook up with Alice and Kay. The sooner the better.
Right, got it.
Let's go.
It's not even like we have all that far to go. So it's just like a straight shot to the elevator. Although the path on the first floor is a little bit more long. It's time for everyone's favorite activities. Riding elevators, looking at doors, walking through hallways. Can you imagine if there's just like a connecting hallway straight to the warehouse on this floor too? Wouldn't that be nice? We return to the floor A warehouse to find only 2 people waiting for us. Kay, who'd gone through the red door, and Dio, who'd gone through the green door.
Where's Quark?
We took him to the infirmary. At the moment, Alice, Phi, and Luna are looking after him.
Is he all right?
I don't know if I would describe him as all right, but apparently his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean. He is still resting. However, we...
Good. I'm going to the infirmary.
Tenmyoji, please, wait!
Tenmyoji ignored Kay and took off at a run through the yellow door.
Oh dear. He's gone. There was something I needed to tell him.
Well, it's not like it matters. The girls will just tell him when he gets there. He ought to calm down once he's seen the kid.
Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised.
What are they going to tell him?
Well, you see...
What?
You found virus medicine in the laboratory?
Yes. Unfortunately, we found only a single vial.
That's vexing. Then we can cure Quark's Radical 6.
So it would seem.
Well, I guess we should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on, let's go.
Right behind you. He should be fine now. It might take some time for him to recover fully, but the worst is over.
Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held an injection gun with an empty vial. Delicately, she placed it back in the cabinet. Quark had been laid out on a crude cot and was still sound asleep. His breathing was even, and his expression was peaceful. He looked like any other child, sleeping soundly after a long day of doing whatever it is children do to amuse themselves. Any trace of the insanity he'd shown earlier was nowhere to be found.
Is he really going to be okay?
Yes, we analyzed the vial and confirmed that it was definitely Axelavir. Now that I've administered it.
The Axelavir should eradicate the virus completely given enough time, right?
Yes, that should be the case.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, what a relief.
Things are looking pretty sketchy there for a while, that's for sure.
Alice is confirmed French-Egyptian. Interesting.
Yeah, I think she has some in her heritage.
And Clover and Light, people think are half Japanese, half American.
Okay. Felt some tension disappear from my shoulders, and I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. We weren't out of the woods yet, but at least Quark was safe.
Ooh.
Tenmyoji let out a long, shaky sigh and lowered himself onto one of the empty beds. He rubbed his hands wearily across his face, and I thought I saw a glint of tears.
Alice, you and Kay, I don't know what to say other than thanks. You saved his life. I don't know the words to tell you how much that means to me.
Oh, please. It was nothing. Really. We just happened to be the ones who went through the red door.
Where is Kay? He's not in here.
He's still in the warehouse. Dio and Kay stayed behind.
They went there to wait for you guys while we came back here. We figured someone should explain what was going on so you wouldn't come back to an empty warehouse.
So Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AP gates?
Not both of them. There was only one door open.
Well, we should get back and tell them how Quark's doing. Kay will want to know at least.
Yeah, Dio probably doesn't care. I nodded, heading back toward the other side of the room. I was nearly there when Tenmyoji suddenly spoke.
That's right.
Huh?
You know that memory card we found?
This thing?
Yeah. I think I know how we can take a look at what's on it. What? You don't remember? There was a memory card just like it that we used to solve the puzzles in here.
Yeah, he's right. There's a slot next to the screen. Should work for this one, too.
Oh yeah, there it is. Right, yeah. Well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to see what's on it.
Okay, just give me a minute here. Slid the card into the slot next to the screen. No sooner than I had done so than an image of a waveform popped up on the screen.
Is there an audio file on here? Why don't we turn up the volume a bit?
Luna tapped a few things on the screen and a bar began to move across it. Before long, a voice drifted out of the speakers.
This is Control. How's it going over there? Bet you missed the sound of my voice, huh? Well, I gotta be honest. It's getting pretty lonely over here, too. I'm feeling kind of like howling at the moon. Lone wolf style. Speaking of which, I'm looking at it right now. The old girl is beautiful. Never seen a moon this full. And that color. Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh? The moon's this amazing red. If it wasn't so beautiful, it'd be kind of ominous. Wish you guys could see it too, but sorry, forgot. You're supposed to be on Mars, aren't you? So, how are Phobos and Deimos looking right now? Sure, hope I'll get to look up at them someday too. Anyway, over. Hey, something wrong? Talk to me, guys. What? You gonna play can see all 9 of them, 3 at each table. What? Someone hacked our feed? What do you mean this isn't live? An old clip on repeat? Who would do that? What in the hell is happening here? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond.
This is...
Oh, thank God. You really had me worried there. What happened?
6 of us are... dead.
What?
Counting myself, there are only 3 left.
How? Why are...
They were killed.
What?
I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6. All of them. All 6 billion. Soon, I will have killed 6 billion people.
Are you there? Respond! Damn it. This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. We have an emergency situation. We have an unconfirmed report of 6 deceased test subjects. Deploy rescue and escort teams to the test site immediately. Shit. What the hell happened in there?
Is that it?
Yes.
What on earth was that?
Any ideas? I got only frowns and shaken heads in response. Only one person showed a reaction other than a stunned confusion. Tenmyoji. Long after the audio ended, he stared at the screen, deep in thought.
Do you know something, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, I think I know what that was. It's probably a transmission from the Mars mission test site.
Mars? I'm sorry, what? You mean some kind of space travel?
What kind of test site was it?
Did you know that the government is developing spaceships with particle annihilation engines? These ships would be able to get humans to Mars a lot faster than old chemical rockets, but they don't want to just send a manned Mars mission off half-cocked. That was the idea behind this test. They built a whole complex on this old Air Force base in Nevada. The idea was that it would be a simulation of a manned mission to Mars, with a crew of 9 men and women. They'd monitor the whole thing and use that data to plan the real mission.
So what we just listened to was a transmission from that project?
Yeah.
Why is something like that here?
Don't know why. We found it in the safe. No explanation. Dollars to donuts, it's got something to do with Zero's plan.
You mean we were meant to hear what was on that card?
Yeah.
It's all very interesting, but how exactly do you know about all this?
Oh, about the simulated Mars mission?
Yes.
I was involved with the project.
Involved?
The intent was to create as accurate a simulation as possible. That meant we'd need to simulate the radio silence we'd experienced during conjunction.
What's a conjunction?
Let's see, it's a part of speech that's used to join...
It means 2 things in space are close to each other. In this case, we're talking about a superior conjunction, where Mars and Earth are on the exact opposite sides of the sun. So unless we've got some sort of relay, there'll be a period of time where we won't be able to communicate with each other. What we heard on that card was when the simulated conjunction was scheduled to end.
That's when they died.
No, we don't know that. They could have died long before that conversation. All we know is that's when it was discovered.
So 6 of the test subjects died, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said 6 billion. What the heck did she mean by that?
Just what the hell happened there?
Tenmyoji frowned and I looked down at the floor. We were all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. Last he stopped, raised his head, and spoke.
The truth is that there's a chance a virus escaped from the test site.
A virus? Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah, Radical 6.
What? How can that be?
I'm just telling you what I know, okay? Nobody's sure how Radical 6 got in there in the first place, but one of the subjects might have been infected when they entered. Or the virus itself might have been an intentional part of the simulation. The test site deaths became the index case for a pandemic. Anyway, prevailing wisdom says it got out somehow. And once it was out, it spread pretty quick. All across the planet.
And it killed 6 billion people?
Wait,
No, not directly.
he's talking very past tense with that.
Mm-hmm.
Best numbers put only a third or so of those deaths as directly caused by Radical 6. The other 4 billion died from the collapse caused by the deaths of that first third. The whole world just fell apart.
Wow, damn. I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start knowing where to start. Well, no, I take that back. Explain that date. Unless I heard this wrong. The day the Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028.
Yeah.
But the day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th, 2028.
Me too. Christmas Day.
I was kidnapped on Christmas too.
Clover and I were taken 3 days earlier, on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Then you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. What the hell is going on here? That thing is from the future.
You see,
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
we're out of time. We need to go back to the warehouse.
Wait. You haven't answered.
Don't care. I need more than 10 minutes to explain everything. Half-assing it is just gonna make you more confused. Now get moving.
But
That's enough! Shut your damn hole or I'm picking Betray!
Hey, come on now.
Fine. Do what you want, but I need to get back to the AB rooms. I'd like to stay with Quark. He seems to be doing alright.
I'll stay here with him. Fi can do the voting for our pair. I can trust her. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you'd be willing to do that, I'd be much obliged. Thanks, Luna. Take good care of him.
Of course. I'll make sure everything goes fine.
Tenmyoji gave her one last nod, then turned and dashed out of the infirmary. Well, that's that, I guess. Should probably be going too.
Yes. We'll just have to wait to hear the rest of what he has to say later.
I'd rather just get it all out in the open now. There's not much we can do.
Let's get going then.
We returned to the warehouse to find only Kay. Explained what had happened with Quark, then glanced around the room. Hey, where's Dio?
He has gone into his AB room.
Already?
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
Of course.
This is bad. I won't be able to talk with him. This is going to limit my choices.
You've only got one BP left, don't you?
Yeah. Luna's the same.
If Vi chooses ally and Dio picks betray,
Phi and Luna will be penalized.
I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick betray. The risk with ally is just too high.
Hey Alice, don't you have one BP too?
That's right. But Kay and I will be playing against Quark.
and he'll just default to ally. I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalized then, huh?
But what if Alice and Kay choose betray?
You needn't worry. That will not happen. Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering. He is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child. To betray an innocent child would be...
Yep, that sure would be terrible. Imagine doing that. Couldn't be me.
Yeah, that would be unthinkable. Even if you ignore his age or condition. It's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
Taxation without representation? So you'll vote to ally?
Yes.
Of course.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room second from the right. Without saying anything, Phi turned and walked into the room just left of theirs. That left only myself, Clover, and Tenmyoji.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door? Something about how you'd convince me to choose ally? Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Well, it's not that complicated. Promise you that Clover and I will vote ally. That's it, pretty much.
He'll fucking kill you if you don't.
And you figure I'll believe you because you've only got one BP.
This isn't Dio, you know.
Once you've told me that you plan.
Oh, I didn't realize you were at 1. So yeah, he would literally kill you if you picked betray.
Yep.
Since if you're telling the truth,
But he'll be very angry.
You'll kill me.
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
I disagree.
And why is that?
Clover's BP is 6. If you ally and we betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? She could run off through the number 9 door as soon as this round is over.
I'd never...
Mm-hmm. That's easy for you to say. Think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, that's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you?
Prisoner dilemma.
What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you two are in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you. I'm asking what you're going to do if that happens.
Tenmyoji, are you a prophet?
Are you sure you'll still choose ally?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv? There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that.
What?
You fucking hornball, Sigma.
As if. In your dreams, creep.
Oh, hi, Zigbar. Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie, though, I'm a little disappointed.
So I can trust you. You're gonna choose ally.
Yeah.
You can trust us.
Promise.
Of course.
We promise.
All right. I guess I'll vote ally too then.
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, looks like we don't have much time left. I'm trusting you.
I'm trusting you too. Tenmyoji gave us a curt nod, then turned and strode to the second AB room from the left. Right, well, let's get to it.
Yeah. Hey, Sigma, I wanted to ask you something.
Clover, why are your arms behind your back like that? What's up?
Could you pick betray for me?
What?
I mean, I could try and, like, tackle you, but you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me on the ground and that'd be it.
Yeah, well, I'd throw the rest of the cake too.
So I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay you back. If you just pick betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
Anything?
Yeah, anything. So think carefully, okay? If you choose ally, you're trusting him with your life.
Yeah, if he chooses betray, it's all over.
Uh-huh. Are you really, really sure you can trust that old fart?
I mean, you seem to. Hey, now that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick betray.
But if he chooses ally and we don't...
Then I'll have 9 BP. But you don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, right.
Even if I do get 9 BP, I won't just go and open the number 9 door all by myself. I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet, and I can't leave her behind. Please, will you pick betray?
20 seconds remain until until Ambidex game polling closes.
The voting machine was in front of me. Didn't have much time left to think. Would I keep my promise to Tenmyoji and pick ally? Would I betray him for Clover and...
If you just pick betray...
In the end, there was only one possible answer.
3, 2, 1.
There was only one possible answer. The wrong one.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
We're doing it for the content. Hashtag for the content.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening. Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Not used to seeing Alice's portrait for this round. Oh shit.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Sigma,
So,
you've got some
that's
splaining to do.
Promises are made to be broken, I see.
Sorry. Just couldn't bring myself to trust you.
I could have chosen betray and killed you. That was a possibility.
Yeah. After all, you did choose betray in the last round.
That was a completely different situation. Well, in any event, your idiotic paranoia has given Clover 9 BP. How do you intend to deal with that?
Don't worry. She'd never try and open the...
Really? Then what's that?
Huh?
Look, I believe she's standing in front of the number 9 door right now.
What the hell? No way.
I'll be right back.
Oh, the number 9 door.
She opened it.
Shit!
Clover? What the hell are you doing?
Sorry, Alice gave me an order though.
Clover, you have to get out of here and call for help. My BP's down to 1. I'll have to play the AB game at least 3 more times in order to get to 9. If someone beats me to it, then we'll be trapped here forever. That can't happen. I'm giving you an order as your commanding officer. Escape.
What about the promise you made to me?
Promise?
You said you'd listen to anything I said.
So, I am, aren't I? I can sure hear you well enough. Every little word is reaching my ears, isn't it?
You...
What? Were you thinking of something gross? You're a perv.
Hey, come on now.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Anyway, I did what I promised, so I'll be heading off now.
Clover!
Clover!
Fucking bitch! You're not getting out of here!
Dia leapt toward Clover with a roar, but she danced quickly aside, dodging his punch with ease.
Bye, guys.
The last carefree grin, she leapt through the number 9 door.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
She's gone.
Shit.
All we can do now is wait for her to call for help.
Help, huh? Let's hope there's still someone who can.
What's that supposed to mean? Tenmyoji said nothing, just shuffled off through the yellow door and out of the room. Cold silence descended on the rest of us. It's a silence that promised to remain for a very, very long time. Poor life choices!
Hey,
Congratulations
Sigma,
on the bad
I
ending.
wanted to ask you something.
Be gone, thought.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the
Oh no,
results
this is also a bad
screen.
end. Tenmyoji picked Betray.
I picked Ally this time.
No, I'm joking that Tenmyoji also picked Betray.
No, he's gonna ally. Game is not over yet.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
And this is why the game
like
this
you managed to
game
trust me.
will basically never be useful in determining things.
Well, it seems like I made the right choice.
Only did what I said I would.
You really helped me out.
I could say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. Felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
That was a bad choice, Sigma. And after I told you I'd listen
Clover,
to anything
you're getting
you
out
said.
next round.
Oh well, whatever.
She sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look, and stalked off. Across the room, Dio and Phi were already confronting one another over their own results.
You tried to kill me and Luna. Can't say I'm surprised.
Ah, don't give me that. You know exactly what I was doing. I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick Ally. You'd defend yourself with Betray, just like I would. Wait, where's Luna?
In the infirmary, looking after Quark.
Is that where Alice went to?
Alice? No, she went into one of the AB rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together. When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily, in the direction of the cyan door.
She left the warehouse?
Indeed.
Without even checking the results?
Correct. There was little reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was gonna betray you.
Indeed.
And you two still choose Ally. Man, what a pair of bleeding hearts.
If you say so, being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
Where did Alice run off to?
While we were in the AB room, she mentioned being quite tired.
Okay.
What?
Just retaining my humanity. I've seen the other endings.
I mean, he's human.
Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
An ominous rumble filled the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The ambidex gates can...
We can open the gates as many times as we want?
That means the star keys can be used to play the AB game any number of times. If I understood that announcement correctly, that is.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Huh? Looks like all the colors are weird. Clover's a cyan pair and Phi's a magenta pair, but Tenmyoji's a yellow pair.
The three solos are red, green, and blue. K's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
Then how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're going to be white this time.
Ah, yes. Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah, they're white, all of them. I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse.
You should have seen them too, Phi.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the Floor B warehouse, right?
Yeah, so lay it on us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Phi nodded and began to explain. Option A. Tenmyoji, Sigma, Phi, Dio, Clover, and K.
Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option?
Yeah, there's no other way we can group up to make white. Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colors are. But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner.
So they'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right?
Right.
Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open.
Yeah, about an hour it looks like.
I'm gonna go find Alice.
Of course, I'll come with you then.
Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the cyan door.
Do I really need to say it?
The infirmary, right? You're gonna go check on Quark.
Yeah.
Gave me a nod and trotted out through the yellow door. That left only three of us, Dio, Kay, and myself. What are you guys going to do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink. You wanna tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
Ah, right, of course. My bad. Well, I'm out. Later.
With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slouched off toward the magenta door. Took me a moment to realize Kay was following him.
Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate Floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay. You don't have to tell me your life story.
No, we did that in the last ending.
See ya.
You're not wrong.
Their conversation ended as they reached the door and stepped through it. Alright, what should I do?
Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
Of course. Need to get the rest of that story out of Tenmyoji. The words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway toward the infirmary. Huh? There's nobody here. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. There he was. Tenmyoji. He was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? Must have made some small noise because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it. It's got nothing to do with you.
But all of the stuff we had with us got... All of the stuff that we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why are you hiding it?
Why should I tell all of you about one measly photo?
Anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit. So, why are you here?
Wanted to hear the rest.
The rest of what? What the hell are you talking about?
Talking about that simulated manned mission to Mars. We heard that recording about it.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I'm getting old. Memory's not what it used to be. I seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
Hey, nice try, pal, but you're not getting away with it this time. You remembered something, all right. You remember so much you told me it'd take way more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
You really sure you want to know?
You did say that, Tenmyoji.
And then you'll regret it. Maybe you'll wish you'd kept your fool mouth shut. Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past. What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you? You sure you want that?
Hey, come on. You don't need to threaten me.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. Are you really, truly prepared?
Well, of course. Never got the chance to say I am. Before I could, Fi exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear.
Good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Alice is... Look, just come with me, all right? She's in the number 2 cabin.
Without waiting for a response, Fi spun around and ran back out of the room. Tenmyoji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, then leapt up and took off after her. Alice! First thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. Felt as if I'd walked straight into a brick wall. Stopped short, my body refusing to move. No. Why did this happen? Forced one shaking foot forward, then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down. Calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. Sigma, her bracelet is off. Then at last I pressed my fingers to her neck. Those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No. No, it's not true. That's not possible. Then I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me, but now I saw that there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. Felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into white-knuckled fists, took a deep breath. All around the room, there were the rest of the Notary Games participants, except, of course, for Quark. Wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. Even if it had been one of them, though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? Well, we know that one of them is. The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was the first to speak.
Who did this? Say something! Answer me! Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed. Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Are you nuts?
Then who did it? Who killed her?
I mean,
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered,
we know
doesn't
who's the
necessarily
likely
mean the
culprit
killer was
is.
one of us, does it?
What?
She walked away all shaky.
Wait a minute.
She wasn't feeling well. She didn't wait for the things.
Alice during the last round, didn't you?
Well, yeah, we don't really know, at least in this ending, how she was because she was already gone.
Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me! Something happened! If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She...
Hey, Clover, don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! Oh, I see. I see. I get it now. You're all in on
The
it.
blood in her
aren't
hands.
you?
Yep. This is murder on the Orient Express.
It wasn't just one killer. It was 6. No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards!
Take that!
You're all going to die just like she did!
Presents evidence. Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7, Clover, 6,
Clover!
3, 2, 1.
Flashback.
I guess flash sideways.
Yeah. So we're reaching, the first of multiple locks that are unlocked by completing the lab. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. So now that we know that from the journal, we can present that. It's evidence. It's in the court record. Cinder Stone. That's the name of the victim. Suddenly, Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
What are you doing?
Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. I mean, she was killed, but she took her own life.
What? Oh, no. There's no way she'd do that.
It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with that scalpel.
All right. Where'd she get the scalpel then?
Well,
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Was that before I showed up?
Yes, I got us to see who it was. They already it could have been Alice.
so she could have taken the scalpel then.
Yes, I think so. You're lying. This is all a lie. Ask me.
It's not. It's the truth.
Then why did she do it? Why would Alice kill herself?
She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed her.
I just said she killed herself. Just tell me the truth.
I am.
Then prove it. Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago. So if you don't have any proof,
Take that, presents the journal. I have proof. There's a journal in the lab, wasn't there, Kay? Oh, right. We don't actually have it in this timeline because we didn't go there, but
The journal?
we know about it. It would have been in the safe.
Ah, well, Alice would have it then.
Fi, can you... I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Can you take a look?
Sure.
Her hands barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. It was only seconds before she stopped. Slowly and carefully, she drew something out. There it was. The journal. Fi turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin. I can't make heads or tails of it. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped the small book open. She looked back up at me. It was with both suspicion and surprise.
Yeah, it is Latin, but translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before. I can barely understand any of this.
Ah, yes, but what about page 216?
Huh?
Turn to page
But you-
216.
Check this incredibly specific.
You should be able to read that one. Fi's frown deepened, but she did as I suggested. Watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with renewed suspicion.
Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know? No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab?
I just knew.
You just knew? Come on.
Look, just read it, okay? Clover wants to hear what it has to say. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Give me a moment to look it over.
After a few moments of whispering to herself in Latin, Fi began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of the journal. Radical 6 reduces the processing speed of the brain by a factor of the root of 1/6. One of the symptoms of Radical 6 infection is an overwhelming urge to commit suicide. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who took their own lives. The uninfected have only barely managed to survive, and have been sent into underground shelters supervised by the government.
Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one.
Fi shut the journal with a soft slap. Sickly silence drifted through the room. The newspaper article, the recording, the conversation with Tenmyoji, and now this journal entry. There was no more hiding from the truth. The pandemic had already happened.
It happened in 2020. No.
All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments the only sound in the room was Clover's sobs.
We've got a problem. It's almost time for the primary doors to open.
Yeah, only 10 minutes left.
Sorry, but I'll be taking Alice's bracelet. Vi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it.
So she was a magenta pair, just like me.
Just now noticed that, did ya?
As he spoke, Dio grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket.
What color is your bracelet, Luna?
I'm a cyan pair.
You are part of Clover's pair, then. That means the two of you will need to come with me.
I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go. Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here. Please. You're right. Alice, I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you. I promise. I'll avenge you.
Clover stood up and rubbed her hands roughly over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheeks. Then, with a determined frown, she strode out of the room.
Alright, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later.
Oh, right. Quark's got the yellow bracelet, which makes him your partner, right?
Yeah, can't exactly leave him behind.
Without him, we'd end up stuck in the AB room.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's go. We'll see the rest of you once we've picked up Quark.
Very well. Until we meet again.
Quark! You're awake!
Yeah, I just woke up. Hey, where's everybody else?
Oh god. Quark.
Tenmyoji's entire body shook with emotion as he drew closer to him. He cautiously laid a trembling hand on the boy's shoulder, almost as if he were afraid Quark would disappear in a puff of smoke the moment he was touched. When Quark proved to indeed be corporeal, Tenmyoji let out a cry and threw his arms around him.
What's wrong? Are you okay, Grandpa?
It's nothing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
But...
Quark gave him a puzzled look. Tenmyoji didn't even notice. His face was a mixture of happiness and relief, and I could see tears twinkling from the wrinkled corners of his eyes. All traces of his usual gruff stoicism had vanished. I didn't want to interrupt such a happy reunion, but we were running out of time. Still, Tenmyoji deserved a few minutes. I left them alone. At last, Tenmyoji seemed to recover and shifted from an embrace to a protective arm around the shoulder.
So, how are you feeling?
Feeling? Well, okay, I guess. Was I sick or something?
No. You're not sick. If you feel fine, then you're fine.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I should never have gotten you involved in all this.
What are you apologizing for?
Sorry.
You're doing it again. Are you sure you're okay? So, where's everybody else? Mr. Sigma's here, but he's just been standing there looking kind of silly.
Gave him a nervous smile and explained about the white doors. Got the feeling Tenmyoji didn't want Quark to know about Radical 6, so I avoided any mention of it. Alice's death was something that I also left for later.
Okay, that makes sense. That means I'm on a team with you guys, right?
Right.
So, these white doors, when are they gonna open?
Well, we've got about 4 minutes until the primary doors open.
Oh, that's not good. We need to hurry. Come on. How do we get to the Floor B warehouse?
Okay, we're going.
Follow me.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
You're late. Where the hell have you been? Quark?
You're awake.
And fully recovered, apparently.
I am also relieved to see you well again.
Me too.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I looked at the others from behind Quark and held the warning finger to my lips. There were a few momentarily raised eyebrows and some nervous coughing as everyone suddenly fell silent.
Huh?
From Quark's perspective, it must have seemed especially odd.
Anyway, there isn't any time left. We need to hurry.
But there are 3 doors.
Which team goes in which door?
All of the doors are identical for this round. I believe it doesn't matter which team uses which door.
Then we're taking the one in the middle.
Why that one?
You want a kill shot, you aim for the center.
That's very you.
You're more likely to just miss the extremities.
That logic is flawed and more than slightly
What a thing to say
disturbing.
in this.
I'm with Phi.
Unfortunately, I don't really have a counter argument, so center door it is.
I suppose we could go
I'm
the
with
one
Phi
on
as
the
well.
left. Is that okay? I mean, we could go with the other one if you want.
Kay and Clover only nodded.
Well, there's only one left.
The door on the right.
Any objections? All right, let's move.
30 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Hurry it up, this thing's gonna close.
I know.
It's time we were going as well.
Right. Sure.
Come on, guys, there's no time to waste.
Right behind you.
Let's go.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
So, congratulations, Dio. You picked the hardest one.
It's okay. I'm certain he'll get through it. Mostly because Fi's there and she can figure it out.
But, yeah, so after all this time, we finally get to go through the white doors. Well, one of them anyways.
Yay! Also, is that an Easter egg?
Is that a what?
Is that a giant Easter egg painted purple?
No, that is a balloon.
Probably the
Oh,
opposite
I was
of
going
whoever it
to
is that's
posit
running
that it's
this
an error
place.
handler, but that makes sense too.
Oh, okay. Texture missing.
It said director's office.
No,
on the
that's supposed to be that color and shape. So this might be Zero Senior's office.
Maybe, or maybe not.
Well, which is it?
Why the hell would I know?
door. We should look around. If this really is Zero Senior's room, there might be some clues.
Yeah, you've got a point. Let's get started then. Seek a way out.
But if I want to watch A Way Out, I'll just go play A Way Out.
That's cheating though.
Look, we can sit here and we can cheat, or we can make the
Suit yourself. Sure. No, I'm pretty sure it's paint. In any case, we don't have luminol this time, so. What's this? One of those vacuuming robots that you see on TV. It's like a machine of some sort. I don't think it's on. Nope, no luck.
It's a teleporter. Spies sapping my teleporter.
This music kind of gives me Sunnery game vibes from the first game. Tablet. Huh, this is cheap brandy. Alcohol this bad shouldn't even exist. I'll be taking that.
Kind of wish that the bottle would switch. You know, like
Okay, I guess we don't click on the side of that one at all. Man, this safe is really big. The door is really low res too. Gotta be like $100 billion in there. You're such a kid. Like some
Yeah,
video. Tenmyoji. I'm sure I like the way you said that. Just open it and find out. See? Yeah, there's a circular input panel on top of the handle. When you select the yellow guide ring, the other ring, blah, 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 blah. Repeat this process. Do we... I don't think we know which ones we have to connect yet. And you're probably missing some information. Okay, well technically I know which ones that we should pair, but you know, that's because I've played it before, so we'll come back.
I hate that the game tries to ruin the puzzles before you even have a chance to try them twice.
What do you mean?
He mentioned the globe.
Oh.
Like, immediately.
So we've got some cards. Well, that's weird. Maybe you don't have enough information. It's not opening. Is it locked? Looks like it. Oh, can you put that away, the spear thing? We have something sharp, and then we have something that's very susceptible to sharp objects. 20. No way. Gotcha. Yeah, yes, Sigma, would you like to do... Are you serious? We don't have ammo for this, though. Maybe I need to go and find some. That's probably what I need to do.
Use the spear and...
I mean, there's no reason why that wouldn't work, in reality. You could also just, like, use your hands. That would also work. It's a facial recognition device. A what? Huh. How did you know that? The salvage business. Doesn't look like it's turned on. We had a key for it. Okay, I guess let's just check this out. I haven't seen a computer this old in a while. Something on the screen. That lion eating hamburger? No, it's eating Moldorm. I really don't think so.
Lamau.
The lion's got 2 heads. Looks like a monster from Greek myth or something. Looks like it's asking for an ID card password underneath the lion. Keyboard doesn't seem to be working though. Guess we can't enter anything then. Might as well leave it be for now. Let's see. I'm like missing a step here. What the deal with this is. There's definitely some things that need to be like unlocked. Putting the expensive brandy on the coaster doesn't seem to do anything. Pull it out of there right now. Alright, we'll try the cheap stuff then. Huh, that's weird. Laser beams bending on inside the bottle. Yeah, it made a parallelogram. That's weird. I'm gonna look at this again. So we didn't get... Nope, that is not what I wanted to do at all. Okay. We haven't gotten anything for this. Let me double check this and see. Yeah, we don't... There should be clues for this somewhere. I think it's probably in the desk.
You didn't use the spear on the desk.
I did try that.
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me? It wasn't on the right thing because you had to like click on the drawer to zoom in before it would work. But apparently I just clicked on the desk and not the drawer. Because yeah, it's like it's definitely the right shape for that. This is the key for this.
Well, there you go.
Like you managed to turn it on. Now what? Yeah. Damn. None of our faces work. Face not recognized. Gender mismatch. What does it mean by gender mismatch?
Sexist computer.
There's only 3 of us and none of us are women. Well, if we dress Quark up like a girl. No way! Why don't you dress up then? So, did you see a wig or makeup or anything around here? Why did any of us dress up like women anyway? Dude, you totally want to do it. No, I don't. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe. Did you have an idea? Well, it can't hurt to try. Yeah, definitely worth a shot. How long has he had that in his pocket? Looks like a piece of paper. No, it's a picture. Yeah, I remember him looking at that in the infirmary. Guess it's worth a shot. Whoa. Gosh, it's like we were in the villain's secret lair. Huh, didn't think that would happen. Guess the recognition worked. So, who's this girl? She's just a girl. Is she your granddaughter? Well, who is she then? Ugh. Damn it, fine. You've already seen her after all. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. Been looking for her for a long time. Why?
I knew this, but what?
What are you confused about?
No, I'm saying like the surprise that it's Akame, which means we all know who this is.
If you've played the first game, this should be a dead giveaway at this point. But you carried that picture everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen you leave it somewhere. You don't think that anybody's watching you talk to it. I've seen you do it. No squirreling your way out of this one, Tenmyoji. It's not about love. I'm not a goddamn romantic. Doubt. Okay, you don't want to talk about her. I get it. The name was Kai Kurashiki. She was a cute kid. All right. Look, it's the helmet. Let's go and, you know, put that on the armor. Although, it's pretty obvious that it's an L even before you do that. Like, the central puzzle of this one is, like, pretty easy to figure out, even without putting all of the clues together. But we're going to anyways. Pull the lever. Pull the lever, Kronk. Lever. Why do we even have that lever? There's a P on the wall in red paint. Battery. I don't, but oh, okay. Fine. I see how it is. There's a balloon in the middle of the room. All right, can we look at this now? Something showed up on the screen. Enter a 4-digit password. Oh, okay, this is where we get the, this is where we enter into things. Darn it. I don't get it. Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and like sit in the chair. What's that? I think it's a target. Shoot it with what? Don't be an idiot. With mind bullets. Oh, this is the key. I don't have to use my psychic powers after all. Okay, I would just like to point out, we have a much sharper object that we don't even need to, like, you know, use the slingshot for. You got
yes,
it right.
but that breaks the rules and you might get penalized.
Oh, darn it. Is there nothing actually in the balloon? Is it just obstructing your view? In which case you could just have someone move it?
No, you can't move it. You'd be penalized.
Ah, darn it. Ah, dang it. Oh, maybe I should look at this. Oh, yeah. So, wait, this is starting. It's still starting up. One second, I need to actually look at the globe here. Cool. I know he mentioned like the globe, but there's no paper on it. Not on the model.
That's because they take it away before you can do anything with it.
Oh look, it's the connections for the safe puzzle, which I already had written down, so now we're gonna go and do that. Okay, so... Is it green and red? Okay. And then yellow to purple. That's not what I wanted. Oh. This one gets fun. Can I not? Okay. Ooh. Come on, let's have a look inside. $100 billion videos.
The solution to this puzzle.
Oh dear. Sorry, guys. Looks like all we've got is a binder and a deer. So a bind deer. The hell is this? You're just making fun of us. I believe this is the hint for the business cards. Hey, look, business card instructions. Just looking at me, Grandpa. Buck up, it's just a fake. Well, I get. You know what? They're really upping the antlers. Actually, you know what? That's what I'm doing. Am I breaking your brain right now?
No, I'm having a heart attack. I'm kidding.
Maybe the deer?
A doe, a deer, a
Doe
female.
I missed. Oh look, it's an E. E. Alright, so the game just gives you the men's names. And then a bit of a logic puzzle for the rest of them. However, of course I have it written down. Did you expect any less?
You mean not doing the puzzle part that takes forever and doesn't actually add anything?
Oh, here's the other thing. You can also just sort of figure this out, like, without the clues if you really feel like it. Because, like, when you check the things on the back, you can kind of see and, like, line them up where it makes sense to. So, book 334. And all that is, it's reshuffled them. I guess that one's not permanent. But basically what you figure out from that is 3 books, 4 books. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh, and then you also have to put the brandy down on the wall. So that one's done.
Yeah.
This should be ready now, I think.
H.
Wait, what? Okay, 1 second. Let me sit down in the chair. L. Oh, do I need to? I need to flip the. I think I need to flip the wall. Either that, or I need to. Oh, get stuck. P, huh? I know we haven't done that. That's the only thing in the inventory. Can't do anything with it right now. What am I missing? What do I need to do to get that to activate?
Do you need to show all of the symbols?
1 sec. Yes, it doesn't let me take that. A cadenza.
Also, they spell H-E-L.
P.
Was there a P?
It's
Where's the
behind.
P?
It's behind the wall, where the chair is.
Oh, okay. Have you moved the chair? Maybe you have to move the chair about.
I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do with this right now, because, like, yeah, you can see the P. I think you're just supposed to put it together based off of those. I mean, I can try entering that one in as the password, but on the tablet, because that's the normal one.
Hmm.
But I'm not sure. What's this? Looks like the password for the safe. Are you kidding me? They force you to find the regular password first? Tangram puzzles! Alright.
Yay!
This one is like pretty sneaky.
Is it only use certain pieces?
No, you use all of them, but yeah, you'll see here in a moment.
Oh, it overlaps pieces.
No, not exactly. I'm hoping this is gonna be good enough to be the thing.
I see. I see now.
I need to do it like that, I think. Yeah, I kind of wish these would just like snap. Oh, I totally did that wrong. Yeah, this is oriented the wrong way. I need that. Grab the piece. Man, I really have to like rotate all of these pieces. I don't think it's too picky about this, but you never know. You literally have to like rotate every piece. That's great. Oh, yeah, there we go. I guess the rotation of this particular piece that really tripped me up first time. Grab the piece. That was amazing. Look. Oh, yes. See, it gives you another 4-letter password for the tablet. I feel like they could almost just give you the password on that input device, but alas.
Ilp.
Ilp. And with that, I don't know why I'm going this way. We have conquered the office. Star, sun, star. Completed. Good job, it opened. And oh look, it's the same ones, just in different places. Completed. Phew. It's open. Looks kind of empty this time. There's only 2 things in here. Well, 3 if you want to be pedantic. Baby room key cards. These must be the star cards they were talking about. There are 2 of them. You guys take one and I'll take the other. And the other thing is the key, as usual. Great. No point sitting around. Let's go. So a door lock. It says lock right now. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. You found it.
No! Damn it!
What's wrong?
I left something in the director's office.
What was it?
The picture. Ugh, how could I forget it?
Oh, yeah, we must have set it down after using the face recognition thing.
Yeah, I'm going back. You two go on ahead to the warehouse.
I want to come with you.
Me too.
Nah, that's fine. Why don't you head back to the warehouse, Sigma? The others are probably already waiting.
All right. See you two later then.
Right.
Bye, Mr. Sigma.
Watch them jog off toward the blue door. And then they were gone. Yeah. Guess I should be getting back then. Stepped into the warehouse to find all the other teams already there. Kay and Luna, Vi and Clover, and Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AP room and slid his card through the reader. You are one impatient motherfucker, you know that?
An ambidex gate has been opened.
At least he waited this time.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
As he turned to look at me, I swore I saw a flash of a smug grin.
There. Happy? This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it. You see? I can be considerate.
Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here.
Yeah, where are they?
Guess they forgot something back in the room we found. They ran back to grab it real quick.
And they'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we'd investigated. Fortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. For long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyoji and Quark were nowhere in sight.
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
Yes, I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
I'll go have a look.
Then I shall accompany you.
Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away.
Just don't look into the abyss too long, or you might become a monster.
But I don't think... Okay. Look, I'm just going to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. Right. See you guys later. Gave a quick goodbye wave and stepped out of the warehouse. Sigma, we need to teach you about the buddy system. Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. Picture's gone, though. Tenmyoji and Quark must have been here then. Laid out the floor B map. They must have taken the door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. On the other hand, I came through the red door, which is the kind of the long way around. Looks like we managed to miss each other perfectly. Well, this is a huge waste of time. Shoot. Might as well head back, I suppose. Packed up the map and was headed toward the door when... Huh? There's a light on where there hadn't been a light before. What? Why is that thing on? I messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work. Felt a sudden wave of inexplicable, nauseating dread. The light stared at me. Swallowed and edged cautiously toward it. The machine was in arm's reach now. Stretched my hand out toward it slowly.
So, you finally made it.
No, you're...
I am Zero. I was the one who brought you here. You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky. As you can see, however, this is only a recording. I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
Considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile and kept my balled fist at my side.
Now, where to begin? There are many things I wish to tell you, but unfortunately, our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited. I have chosen two things of great importance to tell you. First, I will tell you about termites. In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say. I imagine you look rather bewildered right now. Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it hardly seems fair. Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate. So I ask that you listen carefully. Have you ever seen a termite mound? They are splendid structures. Some might even call them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use of space. So, are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints detailing which room goes where? No, of course not. Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful an individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create. But a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. We can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds. Now, consider humans. Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth? Why do we create? From where do our cultures spring?
Well, you see, they spring from memes. The DNA of the soul.
The DNA of the soul.
We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA. No doubt you see now what this analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes, I mean to say humans are not different from termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building. Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building some structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it. Whatever it is, we've likely been building it on a dimension just above the ones we know. since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty. And you are about to catch a glimpse of it. Or have you already? Well, that's enough on that subject, I think. Consider what I've said. Now, let's move on to the second topic. It is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and, in fact, the lives of several billion other people. I realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you. It is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1.
Bomb?
Are you ready? I will only say this once, so pay close attention. The password to disarm the number 1 bomb is
BQZRGJDXR.
BQZRGJDXR.
How did I know that? I had no idea what he was talking about. What bomb? Was he saying there were bombs too? If he'd guessed at my future confusion, he showed no sign of it.
That is the last of the information this message was meant to convey. Before I go, however, I have a warning. You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized immediately. I hope we will meet again someday. We would have much to discuss.
Wait, god damn it, you can't just spout all that crap and disappear. Found myself yelling at empty air. 5 minutes remain till Ambidex game polling closes. Ugh. What kind of an idiot does he take me for? Termites? Other dimensions? Could that have anything to do with kidnapping us? Shit. Kicked out at a nearby shelf.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Ah, crap. Need to get back. Not like there's any point staying here. Spun around and ran out of the room toward the warehouse.
Grandpa, look! Mr. Sigma's back!
Took you long enough.
Where are the others?
In the AB rooms.
They went in already?
Yep.
Why didn't you two? Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah, Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose ally this round. That's it.
You had to tell me that no matter what? Seems kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You'd get to 9 whether you got 2 or 3 points.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered that I'll choose betray. That would mean you choose betray to protect yourselves.
But that's why we're telling you we won't choose betray.
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust you?
Of course.
Alright, tell me one thing. Let's say we do this and both ally. Everybody gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do I know you aren't just going to open the number 9 door and leave us in the lurch?
I can guarantee it. I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so.
You're not promising for Quark, though?
I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
I swear too. I promise.
Man.
There's
all
also
you've
other
got
people
is a
that
promise,
have
huh?
8.
make a promise, I keep it. Trust me.
Please! You've got to trust us!
Alright, fine. I'll trust you.
Maybe, potentially. First, I'm gonna get the bad ending by betraying.
You know it. Poor life choices.
Well, I mean, it is canon.
You promised!
You've tried every version.
That they turned and ran to the AB room, second from the right.
You know what? I'm actually fine with how that came out.
Yeah, guess I should get moving.
One minute remains.
I had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Tenmyoji? Well, I could believe that they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP up to 6. Be that much closer to 9. Choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try and escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seemed like the safe bet, but...
Please! You've got to trust us! You've got to choose ally! You promised!
Tenmyoji I could betray easily enough, but Quark? What the hell is it gonna do?
10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
4 life choices!
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening. Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Oh shit! Guess who's got enough BP?
Points have been
How did
assigned
Kay get
or
betrayed?
accordingly.
Clover.
But that you still could have gotten out. You.
Please check your bracelet to
Kay
see
didn't have
your
any reason to
updated
believe her,
bracelet
though. He had no
points.
reason to do either. I don't know.
So we're cracking the double digits now. Hey, what's the deal?
Quark had nothing to do with it. I entered the vote.
So, why'd you choose betray?
Couldn't I ask you the same thing? I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though. Look, Clover's over by the door.
What? Oh no.
No one can stop her.
Nope. She's just too fast, you know.
The number 9 door.
Fuck, she opened it.
Why?
Oh, that was different. She said shit last time.
Clover, wait!
Also, Quark's here in the wake. See, that's different. Clover, where the hell do you think you're? Oh.
I'm going to call the others.
What?
Doesn't matter. She pulled the cord.
Yeah, so I mean, her motivation is a little different since Alice, you know, killed herself now. Justice, wait, do you mean...
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Time for me to go. No! Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of here.
Dio leapt at Clover, his fist raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved toward the door.
Goodbye.
I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice. Willing to sacrifice our love.
Willing to
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over.
Door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been
I'm so glad I stopped and looked because I almost sent this out one of the more important items.
Is not possible. Please
Enjoy your stay.
A dead body has been discovered. Oh wait, wrong announcement.
I think I'm in the wrong game. All right, so yeah, this one ended up being a little bit longer than you expected, huh? So wait, does it not even? It doesn't even show the white door. I guess because we don't have a choice. Just like, hey, look, there's another escape room here.
It's probably one of the novels. It's probably right after the lock.
Yeah, it is right after the lock.
One minute remains until.
Not like we're skipping all that much anyways, but you know. All right, time to see how things shake out this time.
Of the Ambidex game, please direct your attention.
No, that's the same. That's the same. Fuck!
That's... That's not...
Nope. One thing changed. And it was us.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see.
Poor Clover. Oh, that Fi and Alice are like, yeah. Well, Fi's like, yeah, there's no chance I'm going to choose ally against you, Dio. It's physically impossible.
Hey, the hell, guys? Why'd you betray me?
Quark had nothing to do with this. I made the vote.
Grandpa.
All right, fine. Why'd you break your promise, Tenmyoji?
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door, even if we got 9 points.
What? So, you're not going to leave?
Not what I said. Of course we're going to leave.
He's not going to open it, because Clover will.
Look, see Clover over there?
What? Don't tell me.
Technically, he is correct. He and Quark did not try to open the number 9 door.
Yep.
Jeez.
That bitch.
Wait. Quark and Tenmyoji have...
The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Clover, are you really going to leave? Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture Zero Senior.
Well, I have some bad news.
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
So Sigma, happy? I kept my promise. Clover opened the door, not me.
Like hell I'm happy. Some shady shit, Tenmyoji.
If you say so, I have to get out of here, and that's that.
Tenmyoji expected this too. You can tell from what he just said.
Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose. I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
What?
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Quark held something out. Looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is. So, read it, okay?
He pressed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Then he turned and ran toward the door, Tenmyoji and Clover following in his footsteps. So surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. Before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Goodbye.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Shit! They're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. I began to read. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess he was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. Guess I was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small. He was worried that I might not make it. But that's why he named me Quark. Quark is a really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. Rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched. Started walking when I was 2. When he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. Guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. I had to know which parts were useful. You could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while. He'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom. He asked her if she would take me too. Gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled. He'd brag to everybody about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother."
That must have been Dio when he was a kid.
No. Never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day, he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. We went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with a grumpy look. Yes, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. Saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and set me down on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid. My legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. It took me a second to realize what it was. A root beer float. Never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float, wasn't sure it was real at that point, then turned back to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. Still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. Is this really mine? He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. Never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. Felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration, I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me and adopted me or not. He'd bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but never tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. Torn on one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over, and I was fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I found to Grandpa, he frowned. I started going through each thing I brought back, explaining why they were all useless. Got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care!" Then he got mad and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset, and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building. But by then, I had started to calm down and think maybe I should go back and apologize. It started raining pretty hard, though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was, I was nervous. Part of me I knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop, though, so I just sat there, staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night, and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided that it was time to go home. was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. First, I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He'd spent all night out in the rain, looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had just been out in the rain looking for me so long he collapsed. That was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever god might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got real bad fever. His temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anyone left to care for me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa, because a week later his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he decided that he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk. It took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man. That meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone, but maybe he'd been a little too strict. All the things I worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he'd had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten some of what he'd lost back. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't.
So this is Quark's second ending, right?
Yeah, so there's sort of a weird thing that happens with Quark and Tenmyoji's endings, where we're reading Quark's words, but this is actually the Tenmyoji ending.
Mm-hmm. I'm just kidding.
On paper. So it's actually interesting. So the theme that we heard them, I'm not going to say what it's called yet because it's not really going to make a lot of sense. I guess you could kind of consider it a spoiler if you have been paying close attention. So that's why I'm not going to do it. But this is the first place where we're seeing that. I'm looking at the dependency graph for the endings, just out of curiosity to see. 'Cause I don't think that this ending actually locks any of the other endings aside from the true ending. I just did it because it's available now.
Mm-hmm. Best to do it now and get out of the way.
Let's see. Yeah, so this one requires, I think, the Dio ending.
Kono Dioha!
That's the second lock.
Gee, Tenmyoji, why does your ending have 2 locks?
He's just special like that. He's not really special like that. There are other ones with multiple locks.
I mean, they also do kind of point out who he is.
But yeah, so we learned a lot of stuff on this one. That's part of the reason we're doing that. We're starting to unpick the knot. Just a little bit more. So, there's that, like, weird recording. which, if you know anything about the next game, like I do, very illuminating, but very confusing in this game. I mean, you do learn some things from it, but like, you don't know the full context, and you won't until you play the next game. And, termites. Termites. Termite man. Really don't have much more time right now. But, yeah, Tenmyoji end. Took a little bit longer to get to, as I was expecting. Because we had the extra room to do, even if I did the blue door last time. So yeah, you can see like just how many things it takes to get here. Alrighty, so we've still got about an hour left, so we can start on our next route. Let's see. Okay. So guess what? After spending all this time on the left side of the graph, like we've done 5 out of the 6 doors on this one.
4.8 out of 6.
By process of, what is this, Kingdom Hearts? By process of elimination, since we can't properly do the green door route under magenta yet, we're not supposed to be able to. It's about time that we went back and started doing the cyan door routes. What's really funny about like doing it this way is, you know how they've been talking about bombs, and we've gotten like, I think, what, 2 bombs?
Two codes for bombs.
Two bombs is the number 0 and the number 1 bombs. We haven't actually seen the bombs yet. And if you're confused about that, it's because they're in this timeline.
No. They're in the timeline you haven't touched?
Yeah. So anyways, cyan door.
And a cat. Meow.
Fine, I will go through the cyan door with Alice. I think I'd like to go with Alice and take the cyan door. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Sure.
That means Quark and I are getting paired with Luna.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, that's not going to go well for her.
Does it go well for anyone?
Not really.
That's fine with me, too. We'll take the yellow door then, right?
That means Clover and I will take the purple door with Tenmyoji.
Aw, I wanted to go with Alice.
Something wrong with me?
Well, no, not wrong.
Okay, what is it then?
Well, you're really gonna make me say it? You're old.
What? Well, I'll have you know, I'm as spry as I was when I was 20.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7.
You don't have time for this. We need to go.
You're getting an earful later, young lady.
Yeah, whatever.
Your boyish charms won't work on me, Tenmyoji.
Chromatic doors closing.
Ten seconds remain until the chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7. This is now.
So
This
after all these times of seeing it in the other paths, we're finally exploring the crew quarters. Is this just a hallway?
The door said crew quarters? People probably stayed here.
There are numbers on each of the doors. So they're room 1, room 2, room 3, etc.
All right, so we're gonna have to do some digital routes and oh wait, wrong game.
Looks like we were right. This place really says someone lives here.
Yeah, there's a bed and everything.
Yep.
But who would be spending the night in a place like this?
It looks too plain to be a guest room. This room probably belonged to a laborer or some kind of blue-collar worker. I guess this is where the people who worked here stayed.
What were they working on?
Beats me. Why would I know that anyway? I don't know what this
The
place
slow
is any more
heat
than
death
you
of the
do.
universe.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Do you think it might be a coal mine?
Hmm.
Or maybe they're drilling for oil or something.
I don't know about that.
What do you think this hall leads to?
You want to go have a look?
Yeah. No luck. Looks like it's locked.
No getting out of the hallway until we can unlock it then, I guess.
Looks that way.
Alright. Let's split up and have a look at these cabins. Zero told us that there are key cards we can use to open the AB rooms. Maybe there's one hidden in here somewhere. So, let's get started. Thanod, Vi, and Alice both moved off to start looking. Vi headed to room 4 and Alice went to room 2. Seek a way out. So, fun fact. This is the first escape room that I did in this game. On my first playthrough. And boy, is it a doozy. There's just like a lot of steps involved. Let me see here. It's called... the hell do I pronounce that? Schrodinger's cat? It's a kitty on the cover. Isn't that just precious? Oops, there it goes. Still think he helped talk like a cat when I talk about a cat. Let's see what's in here. It's like all sorts of sciencey stuff. I have no idea what any of this means. I don't think this is part of any kind of puzzle, so I'm just gonna leave it here. Triangle, a leaf thing, another triangle. It's like a chevron, an outline of a fox. Huh? What's this? Human silhouette in white drawn on the bed. The area where the left knee would be has been ripped out. If that means anything. Wait. Someone left a book about cats sitting me out.
God damn it,
This is the
Sigma.
part where the tape goes. Looks like there's a piece of metal in there. Is this some kind of pin? Obviously put here, so I'm guessing it's important somehow. Whatever it is, I can't get it out. I need to get that lid open. There's a set of connected panels behind the phone. It sort of looks like a mirror. You know, this kind of raises the question. If this mirror is, like, working enough, I guess maybe it wouldn't be good enough to see yourself in. Only the light. It would kind of have to be. Surface is kind of matte. Oh, okay. There's your explanation for it. It isn't very reflective, but the light is good, so it's easy to see what's on it. Or would be if there was anything on it. Phone. Is it connected? Oh, that's no good. I can't connect to anything. Where should I call next? This appears to be the internal line button. 2 must be room 2. Maybe this will connect to Alice. Let's give it a shot. Who's this? Oh, hey, Alice. So you are there. Sigma, is that you? Room 1. Why'd you call me? We could just walk... Wait a minute. There's something on the display. It says 25 asterisk asterisk. Do you think it's a clue? I'm gonna look around this room a bit more. The internal line button. It's room 5 is in, right?
I just realized why this room has to be first. Because if you had someone die in between rounds, this puzzle would be impossible to do.
Well, it's not impossible, it'd just be more difficult. Just me. Better than just this, I suppose. Really, you can do better than that. I'm hanging up. Come on, wait. Where are you calling from? Room 1. Say some kind of internal line. What is it you... Huh? What's this? Agricola 92. I know you're into German-style board game farming simulations. Oops, I'm in asterisk 92. This isn't the phone's display. Maybe it's a clue. No, I'm gonna get back to searching this room. This is room 3. No tape has been inserted. The answering machine will not function. Who should I call next? Well, you can call yourself with only one phone. Nope, nothing. Alright, I don't... Can you actually look at the screen without having the tape inserted? Guessing probably not. Alright. To the other rooms we go. Now we can't even go into room 3 right now. It's actually locked.
How could they?
I know. Hello, Sigma.
You know, from now on, whenever someone says something about being a Sigma male, I'm just going to assume they're talking about the
This
Sigma.
character. Yep. You see one in another room? Had a hole torn around the ankle, too. I wonder if that's going to be important for later. Can I not call the room 1? I guess I can't call room 1. By the gods, I never thought I'd see one. What? Scratch off the silver part with the coin so you can see the naughty stuff. It's the ultimate interactive poster technology. What teenage boy doesn't dream like something like this? Me, raise his hand.
That looks borderline AI.
And finally, the reveal. You look pretty excited. If I had a coin or something, I could scrape the silver part off. Well, darn you, I should probably actually look at the locker. Damn it, it won't open. Looks like it's locked. Need to figure out how. Did I actually write all the codes down proper? I guess we'll find out.
Always a fun thing to say in the middle of an escape room game. I don't know if
I have notes for this, but well, let's see. 3, 4. I don't think I have the ones for 1 and 2 written down. Which is weird, but okay, the only thing we have is the cylindrical thing. I think we're out of stuff to do here for now. I need to go over to room 2. Sigma.
They're not going to leave you alone in this room.
What are you doing here? I haven't found anything interesting. Cue me accidentally hitting the door again. Damn, another one. What do you mean another one? Torn part 2 and it was on a different part. Oh, a piece of metal. Small key. I got a small key. Am I in a Zelda dungeon? Yeah, just like this. What could they mean? It doesn't let me hit that one. Alright, so we can open up the handcuffs now, I do believe. This is just like the other ones. It's ripped too, but it's in a different place this time. We've seen 4 of these cots, and each of them has had a mark on a different part of the body. I wonder. The box cutter.
If this is part of the clues.
No way. Let's see. Phone. The lid's open. So it's just a box cutter. That locker is active. I should double check something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the thing I'm looking for is in one of the things, but I just want to double check. Yeah, it's empty. This is the part where I get fuzzy on what exactly we need to do next. I might need to use the... There's no way. Hold up. There's a... panel here's what unlocks it. Hit a keyhole at the top there. Because we need a key for this one. I think we might need to use the poster. I mean, that's in 4, I think. Yep. Gonna tear the poster if you do that. Oh man. I guess not.
When he's finished, he comes back into here, and Fi just is waiting in there, grabs him by the ear, and pulls him out of the room. I thought you were on the other side of the facility.
Oh my god. There's like a little bit of delay where it doesn't accept an input. Have I not gotten... I guess I haven't gotten any file things for this one, have I? What am I missing?
the incredibly obvious key for the locked room.
I'm supposed to use the box cutter on though. And the locker's open.
Are you supposed to use the box cutter on the top?
Give me a second. I'm gonna try something. So that's where I need to put the tape. It's just open. Guess it wasn't locked. That's what I was missing.
Why did...
Oh,
why
you know what it is?
not?
Okay. What did it do? There are 4 shapes. Okay, so... We get to, you know, cut some sheets off of the roll. See, and this is like, you know, a bottleneck. Because if you don't do this, you'll be very confused as to what's going on here. So, it'd be really funny. Pretty sure this is the right one for this. Locker! It spells locker. Huh. Actually need that for anything? Why do I have a code for that one? Guess we'll find out. Alright, the aluminum foil's in place. Just gotta shut this. Circle, star, diamond, triangle. What does that mean? Retrospect, I could have saved that for later, but oh well. Just emptying my inventory of stuff. That's not gonna make anything. Wait. That's not gonna make anything either. I think, unless they're like being mirrored. Well, wait. They are being mirrored. Son of a bitch. That's not actually the right one. Did I actually switch the one that I was using? Yes, I did. Okay. 4985. Why do I have 3 written next to that one? I don't know. We're just gonna roll with it. So you might notice the keypad is not conventional. You have to do math. It's really hard. We're on 8. It's gonna be 6 plus 2. 3 plus 2. Why do I have 3 written next to that one? We're in room 4. Cassette tape. Ooh. We're gonna go and do the last one in room 4 before we put the tape in. I think this is gonna get us the coin. 2472. See, that one I have marked 4. What if I just thought I was in a different room than I was? Wouldn't
Makes
that
sense.
be hilarious? Oh, good job, you opened it. Yeah, you want to click on the something? Check it out, a wallet. Just a feeling. What the hell? There's only 1 coin in here. It's not even real money. But you know where we can use that. Time to meet your doom. Yeah. All right. Yay. Actually, can I do this like with the mouse? Oh, this is so much easier. So, oh no, look, we can take some of the other things off. That's actually the important part.
I wonder if you can cut her hair off and make her bald.
No, that part's not interactable.
The flower in the hair?
No. So in case you hadn't figured it out, so you know those markings on the body outlines on the cot?
Yeah.
That tells you the order of them based on, which body part they're on, so. Oh no, it's a shark. So actually, wait a minute. Oh, okay. You know what that is? That's the gold file. So the shapes, like the order with the shapes, is for the regular password. And then the body parts on the cot gets you the file password. That's what it is. For them. Star, triangle, diamond, and a circle. No, I'm not done yet. The blue part still needs to go. Actually, I'm kind of curious now because we have the information that we need to solve it. I don't remember what the tape actually does. I know it like plays a message. Guess we'll find out. Congratulations. You just enters the number of the phone in the third room. They're shortcuts, but that means all the other phones have actual numbers too. Room 3. See, I've been trying to do that, but I can't hop you with that one. Bye. Have a nice trace. 2652. I haven't. I just realized let's try calling the number. I think I might need to pick up a tablet to enter in the passcodes. Yep, hang out. So it was a necessary step. That's 3 plus 3. How do I do 6? Oh, it's just tied to the tablet. Why'd that happen? So this number works too. Color's different though. Alright. With that, we are nearly out of here. Star, sun, moon. Completed. I'm lonely. Locking successful. Wait a minute. If I look through the stuff without telling Fine Alice, they might be suspicious later. You took something when we weren't looking. Yeah, those are two bad sides I really don't want to be on. I'll just go get them before I go through it. Hey, what's this? Did you open this, Sigma? Yeah, who else could have? Forget about it. A map. It says floor A. We can look at it more later. There's more stuff in the safe. How do we get all of it before we start going through it? Make that 2 cards. It's one of those cards for the AB rooms. See, it says Ambidex room right there. So it does. And we can use these to open the AB rooms. Where are you supposed to get back there? I think the answer to that question is in the safe. Check out this note. Here are a few more rules for you. A key I found in the safe. Wait, what about this book on top of the safe? It's a book about cats. Do we have time for that, right, Meow? Meow. Sorry. Is this sort of, I guess you could call it a tick? Had it since I was young. Wish I was just kitten, but I can't control it. Not dangerous though, you're perfectly fine. Anyway, the book's called Schrodinger's Cat. Sorry. The book's called Schrodinger's Cat. Don't you mean Schrodinger's cat? Oh, you've heard of it? The be harder to find someone who hasn't heard of it. For real? So what is Schrodinger's cat? It's a quantum physics thought experiment. The book probably discusses the principles of the experiment, talks about it in more depth. How about we talk about it later then? And we just found the key that'll get us out of here. We're leaving so that the cutscene where we discuss it can be voiced. He found it. Made our way down the hallway, and at the end waiting for us. Hey, looks like the gang's all here. What's up?
Nothing's up. We left our room and it left.
And ended up here.
Sigma, let me see that map you found earlier.
Oh. No matter which door we took, all of them led back here.
That's the same as the map we found in the lounge.
The lounge?
Oh, we found something like that too. Our room was an infirmary.
That's so. We found ours in the crew quarters.
Maybe we should sit down for a bit and exchange information.
No, there's plenty of time for that after we check out this elevator.
This is just like the other floor.
I think this might be a repeated dog. Let me see if we can do a little bit of skipping.
Yeah, looks like we don't have a choice then. Gotta head back. Clover, how about you show them that note we found?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Huh? Was it something about supplementary rules? Because we found a note just like that. It was in the infirmary.
Yeah, we found one too. In the safe in the crew quarters. Here are a few more rules for you.
So, this is the crew quarters, huh?
Just as the note said, we had no trouble getting in here.
That means we can go to the infirmary or the lounge.
Yeah, we can check out any of them.
Hey, look, Grandpa! They got a poster of a lady in here! It looks like the ones you got back home!
This one's pretty hot. I think we're talking at least 14, maybe even 15 EU.
Agreed.
I sure would like to take it home with me. Unfortunately, I don't think this is really the time for that. Let's keep moving.
Well, Grandpa.
Let's go, buddy. I can't wait to get out of here and back to my, grandpa videos.
Tenmyoji.
Oh, you mean the ones you keep in the locked cabinet?
Shh! You're being too loud, Quark. You have to say these things quietly.
I can see why you put this one after that previous one. I'm just going to pretend that it was on purpose.
so long. I hopped off for a little nap.
Ah, for yawning? Really?
And this will be the last you see of me. And we head into the AB rooms. It's really a discussion about who go in which door. Looks like everyone else has gone in already. Think we should head in too?
Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there.
Okay, okay.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
What? This game's got a time limit too?
Something wrong?
No, nothing. There's no one here.
What are you talking about? Of course there isn't anyone here.
Well, yeah, I know.
Let's get inside.
Yeah, right. See, this is different.
This looks just like the room we woke up in.
Yeah. Now there's one thing that's different.
That screen.
Yeah. Looks like there's something on it.
Shit! What the hell are you doing, you idiot?
What? I just pressed the start button.
Did you even read what it said? Once you press that button, it locks the door for 40 minutes. Now, thanks to your stupid ass, we're stuck in here for almost an hour.
No. Really?
Yes, really.
Hey, hey, hey! Looks like everybody's closed their AB gates.
AB gate?
That's the door to the AB room, Sleep. You're in the AB room right now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be continuing my earlier explanation.
Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody.
For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Alas and went through the cyan door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Alas.
And it goes the other way too. Alas's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Fleebo's enemy will be Tenmyoji, and BO and Quark's enemy will be Mooney.
Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it? After all, if you choose ally, then they're your ally.
Okay then, I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but
It'll just have to wait, I guess.
What? Why does it have to wait?
hush now. It'll be okay.
No, it won't.
30 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
That took 10 minutes.
Anyway, I've gotta hop along now. Don't do something harebrained and wait until the last minute. You got plenty of time, so think it out.
Sigma, who does this every time.
Oh, God.
About the AB game?
Yeah, should we choose ally or betray?
Yeah, it's a tough call. This is really kind of an interesting game. Seems like it's based on the prisoner's dilemma.
You know what's really, really funny? So, we're like 6 routes in now. And I forgot, like, this is the only route, I guess, of the, of the 3 main routes where they tell you about the prisoner's dilemma. So we're like, roughly halfway through.
And
maybe
I
not
guess
quite,
they
but,
expect
like,
this one first. I don't know.
It kind of feels that way, just a wee bit. I mean, obviously, there's no way that they can force you to go down any particular path, but let's just say they probably expected you to find it a little bit sooner than this.
I mean, if you know anything about it, you probably know. about.
I mean, I literally mentioned it at the beginning, but yeah. What's that, Sigma?
You've never heard of it? It's a thought experiment that uses game theory to examine why people do or don't cooperate.
But that's just a theory. A
game theory.
It's the real game theory, though.
Let's say Apple
Yeah,
and
the actual
Banana
game
have
theory, the
committed a
one
serious
that
crime.
they stole the name from.
Yep. Apple and banana?
I just gave them the first names I thought of. They don't mean anything.
Just to make it really abstract for Sigma's small mind to understand it.
Anyway, Apple and Banana are caught by the police and sent off to separate cells far away from one another. In other words, there's no way for them to contact each other. And they're not like telepaths or something. So that's the setup. You following me?
Yeah, keep going.
So, a detective shows up. He visits each cell and tells them both exactly the same thing. Goes something like this.
You can both clam up if that's what you want. We're gonna have to put you both in the slammer for 2 years if you do. Now, if you flip on your pal over there, tell me everything. I can get your sentence reduced to 1 year. That means your buddy will serve 15, but that ain't your problem, right? Of course, if he decides to spill the beans, it goes the other way. He gets 1 year, and you get to spend 15 years eating government cheese. You're probably wondering if both of you confess. Well, I can shave off a little time for saving you trouble, but you'll still both do 10 years. So, punk, what's it gonna be? Gonna give me what I want, or you gonna keep that trap shut? Of course, I told your partner the same thing I just told you. I wonder if you can trust him to keep your cat in the bag. No rush. I'll give you plenty of time to think about it.
So, that's the prisoner's dilemma?
Yeah. What would you do? Say you were in Apple or Banana's shoes.
My erstwhile criminal associate Banana is going to keep his mouth shut. And the best choice is for me to spill the beans. That way I only serve 1 year. But what if he confesses too? Then the smart thing would be for me to do the same. After all, if he cuts a deal and I don't, then I'll spend 15 years in prison. If I confess, I can shave 5 years off that. It seems like the best choice is always going to be to confess.
I thought that it was the stay silent as you both get off.
Well, yes, but the crux of the dilemma is that, yes, it's in the, their collective interest to not confess, because then they'd both only serve 5 years. But just looking at it from each of their individual perspectives, the options, both of the options for confessing are better for them individually. So the paradox, in that sense, is that, by voting in their own self-interest, it actually makes it worse for them. They end up with the worst result.
But you're forgetting something important.
Which is?
That Banana will be thinking the same thing. So you'll both confess, and you'll both end up serving 10 years. Do you get it? If you both trusted each other, then neither of you would have served more than 2 years. But because you both made the decision based on your own self-interest, you're gonna spend 8 more years in prison. In other words, the logical decision leads not only to a less desirable outcome on the group level, but also a pretty shitty situation on the personal level, too.
Hey, it's like what I just said.
You see now? The A-B game is the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah. They are pretty much the same thing. We trust Alice, we can both increase our BP by 2. But if we don't trust each other, in the long run, it won't benefit either of us.
Yeah, but this is where it gets interesting. Let's say for a moment all 9 of us are on one team. Who would we be playing against?
0, of course.
Right. So we can assume the 9 of us are fighting 0 in the AB game. If you look at it that way, what would we want to do to beat him? Just look at the point totals. Say we all picked Ally. What would our total points be?
Well, 2 times 9 is 18, so 18 points.
Okay. Now let's say one of the pairs chooses Betray.
The pair who picked Betray would get 3 points each, so in total they all have 6 points. But the solo they betrayed will have 2 points subtracted, so the total gain for that game would only be 4 points. The other two groups would choose ally for that round, right?
Yeah.
So for the other teams, you'll get 6 each, which will give you 2 times 6 is 12, plus 4, 16 points total.
So, what does that tell you?
If we consider all 9 of us to be on the same team, we all need to always choose ally to get the most points. If even one person chooses betray, the total points we get goes down.
Exactly. In this game, if each individual acts for the benefit of the whole group, everyone benefits. But if everyone starts looking out for themselves, it'll impact the group negatively. And eventually, it'll impact them negatively too. If all of us choose betray, then the group gets 0 points. Ultimately, nobody benefits, not even the individual. In other words, selfish but logical decisions hurt everyone, and they hurt you.
Okay, I think I get it. You're saying is that I should pick ally.
No, I mean the opposite.
What?
If you're going to make the most logical choice here, the only option is betray.
What? Why? Just explain why that was a terrible idea.
No, I didn't. It's not the prisoner's solution. It's the prisoner's dilemma. Even though there's an outcome where everybody's happy, the choice you'd have to make for that outcome isn't the rational one. You want to pick it, but you can't. A dilemma. If we choose ally, and Alice does too, then yes, it'll be great. All 3 of us will get 2 points. That would be ideal, obviously. And it would help everybody. But what if Alice chooses betray?
Our BP will go down to 1.
Right. And if that happens, we're screwed. So
20 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
unless we can be certain that Alice will choose ally, we don't have a choice. We have to choose betray. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to know that for certain. That means we have to make the rational choice. It would be great to make the right choice, but we can't.
Hey, did you just say we're screwed? You don't mind telling me. What did you mean by that? Guessing something happens if our BP hits 0, right? And the way you said it sure makes it seem like something's going to happen. Do you know something? You do know something. What are you hiding? Yeah, you know, there's something weird about you from the moment we met. For starters, how'd you know my name?
Oh, knock it off. This is getting old.
I don't care if it's getting ancient. This is important. I don't know you. You seem to know me somehow. The only explanation I can think of that makes any kind of sense is that you're working with Zero.
What about you?
What?
Are you working with Zero?
Me? How would you think that?
You're too calm. You wake up trapped in some kind of twisted game and it doesn't even faze you. That hardly seems normal.
Oh, come on. I could ask you the same thing.
Don't change the subject. We're talking about you. Maybe you actually do know me.
What? Where the hell did that come from? Look, I already told you, I've never seen you before in my life.
Sigma, just let it go. Our time's up. This is it. Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks. You know we're about to die, but you still stuck with me. So, thank you, Sigma. Goodbye.
What was that? That was a cliffhanger!
Yay! I love cliffhangers!
Yeah, so we got a flashback of something we haven't seen yet.
Would that be a flash forward then?
Depends. Because it's already happened. But it hasn't happened yet.
That's very confusing.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time for today. But fret not. We'll be back on Thursday.
Yay! Yippee!
And we'll get to see what's up, and we'll have to make a decision on how we're going to vote in the AB game. So
I'm going to guess we're going to move down the path that you've already picked.
how did you know? Anywho, thank you very much for watching, and until then, goodbye.